Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. We're talking about the PlayStation 1, which is way over in the corner of your screen here. The reason why is I wanted to show how I normally play it on the couch beside me with this big long distance up to the TV. And that's not a problem. That's been working great for me. But although that's fantastic for a game like Wipeout, which you currently see on the screen, there's a problem. It has to actually do with this gun con that I got a while ago, which I really love. Did a review of it. It works as both a gun con and a justifier, so it'll work in any light gun game on the PS1, which is awesome. The downside is, to do that, it uses this like jumbled mess of wires here that are extended all the way to the PS1. And I've got this like real mess with the yellow for the composite connection. However, that was fixed when I went to the Northwest Pinball and Arcade Show. We also stopped by a Tacoma retro video game store called Super Smash Video Games. Love that place because they had something that I've been looking for forever. And that is this little audio-video dongle. I don't really have a good way to describe it. Basically, it's what is the part number? I've seen it before on here. AV adapter, the SCPH10130. It was $25 well spent if you ask me. But you would think, well, why? What does this thing do? It actually acts as a line in. I can plug in my PlayStation 1 to this thing, and then, or actually, the way it works, from the TV, it goes into here, and then from there, into the PlayStation 1. Why is that beneficial? Well, let me show you. There I am. I can play my Wipeout. Everything's fine and dandy. That's great. But let's say, for example, I wanted to play one of the light gun games. You know what I have to do right now? I have to turn the PlayStation 1 off, hook up my gun con, get the old PS1 fired up, and put in my Time Crisis disc. But unfortunately, I can't just start playing, because here's the gun, there's the TV. Nothing's happening. Why? Because the gun con works on the technology that improves accuracy by having the video line signal here be between the gun con and the television, which is great if your PlayStation 1 is really close to your television, but I'm not. So what I've done in the meantime to make this work, I have to unplug this connector here, get an extension cable that I've made here, put little connectors on the ends so that I can plug yellow into here. Then this goes into the PlayStation 1, right into that yellow adapter there. So video signal from yellow going through red goes into here, and then out from here, use one of these little adapters and snake it so that now video signal is going back up the wire to the black and into one of these little white connectors here. Now my gun will work. You may get the red dot moving around there, possibly. Yeah, you can see. Okay, so now I can continue with the game. That's great, but what a pain this thing is, and you know what? I don't play light gun games often enough to really remember this whole routine. So how does this audio-video connector improve all of that stuff? Let me show you. First of all, I now just have the TV plugged in normally, none of these crazy spaghetti wires. I take from out of the back of the PlayStation 1 that AV connector. It goes right into the back of this little dongle, and then that goes into the PlayStation 1, and that little yellow adapter plugs right into here. Now when I fire it up, now when I pull the trigger, I've got my little sight aiming up. I can do all the configuration, and I don't have to mess with any of this spaghetti junction of wires and adapters and cables and craziness anymore. Now, I just use that one little dongle. I plug the gun con into it. There's also the thing for the power to make this thing go back and forth with the hydraulics. I'm not going to do that for this demonstration. But yes, I just plug that yellow dongle that comes from the other end of this connector right into that little box. The video goes through that little box into the TV normally, and I can play light gun games again with a lot more ease. And I'm very, very happy. That $25 was definitely money well spent. So now I'm just going to play me some Time Crisis and enjoy myself without any of that crazy messing of wires. Alright, until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.